The Northern Territory government pay him respect na all the first one people na this country. And sabi they got him connections still today na land, water, got community. We pay him respect na all Aboriginal got Torres Strait Islander culture, leaders, past, today, got coming up. That Northern Territory government manage him and mind him water la Northern Territory bla all about. The government build him up water by country, law and drinking before any gita use him up and happen. Najuan water use been by all about water supply, farming, industry, sabi like build him and make him things, mining and petroleum by making him petrol and gas. People all day question him na oil and gas. Like how many water they use him up? Or fracking gotta make him water no good one? They been finding oil and gas deep la underneath ground here la Northern Territory. Fracking, him where oil and gas company drill properly deep by a hole. This hole they been call him well. Did yan well go into all the rock underneath? Got a gas inside. They been put him biggest mob pressure inside. Use him water, sand, and a little bit chemical. Him and break him up crack la that on rock. That gas him and come at la that crack and go inside na that on well. They been pull him at that gas, take him away and sell him. Government law reckon fracking only happen when him long way, like 600 meter from groundwater layer. Dijan might be making people question him, like, how many water gotta get used him up by fracking? Them water law won't let company use him but water from river, creek, lake, billabong, spring or soak. Company must get him license for groundwater by using na any oil and gas thing and fracking too. How many water and by which aquifer they can dig him at been get managing from that water permit too. Water permit law make him company tell him all about how many water they use him, how many water left, and if that water left him good one. Another important question, when drilling and fracking happening la ground, can gas or chemical mix cut water belong people, animal and plants need to make it? They got them strict law about drilling na water underneath ground. No chemical can get used when they've been drilling through groundwater layer. Dumaji might be making him good water no good one. When they fracking, they using water, sand and chemical. When fracking been binage up, that water, sand and chemical been get called wastewater. They been mind him good one water from wastewater and gas by put him in 3 layer, sabi like wall, na that well. Wastewater that been come at na that well, him and get pumped lang a biggest one tank where they can use him there again by more fracking, so no more waste na that good one water. Company no allowed to mix or put them in wastewater like ground or in any water on top, sabi like river, creek, spring, lagajat. Government look na good one water to make sure no pollution jail water by making sure the company follow them up like that law by their water permit. So what am I been taught? Tubular water and gas are important one. Government look after water by people, animal and country. No water on top of ground can get used for oil and gas company. Groundwater permit tell them how many water they can dig them at na ground. Company must tell them how many water they use them, make sure groundwater good one and how many water left and tell them all about if pollution been happen. That wastewater now can only get used by fracking. So they no more waste them water and build them up good one water. Wastewater no more let them mix or put them in the ground or in any water on top, sabi like river, creek, spring, lagajat.